It's Wednesday night, and you guys know what that means. AEW Dynamite. We started off with a video from Darby Allin talking about AR Fox, how he's an inspiration to him, how he trained at AR Fox Wrestling School, and when Darby had no place to live, he was staying in his car, AR Fox opened his doors for him rent-free so he can stay there and get on his feet. And we love to hear nice stories about that. So our first match, we do start off with Orange Cassidy versus AR Fox for the international title. Now, I knew going into this that AR Fox was not going to win this, but I knew he was going to get a really great match out of these two. Now, as much as I say side comments about Orange Cassidy, he always does a great job in the ring, and I usually enjoy when he opened the show. He has great energy for the most part, and people love him. No matter what he does, people love him. There was a part in this match where the crowd actually boos AR Fox because Orange Cassidy puts his arms in the air. He's going to put it in his pocket like he always do. And AR Fox is like, you know what? I don't have time for this. And he just wants to wrestle, And the crowd booed him for doing that because they want to see Orange Cassidy put his hand in his pocket. Orange Cassidy could take a dump in the middle of the ring and people would be happy about that. I'm over it. Either way, they have a really great match. They have great chemistry. I did kind of feel like towards the end, things died down a little bit, like maybe they were tired or something. I'm not sure what was going on there, but I liked their chemistry together. But I was hoping that, AR Fox would not just be one of those guys to just, work and have great matches, but I want to see him have opportunities too. Either way, Orange Cassidy ends up retaining the title. I was a little mad, but I think it's best that they happen that way since there's really no story to this. Now, after the match, Orange Cassidy gives his shades to AR Fox. So AR Fox put them on and he is just looking so dreamy in the middle of the ring. And when Orange Cassidy walks like 2 steps ahead of him, he takes off the glasses and he crumbles it up like a paper. And when Orange turned around, he hit him straight in the jaw. Now, everybody was shocked and surprised by this. I was sort of surprised, but hey, you know what? I love to see a good guy go heel, so I was cool with this. Now, when AR Fox get out the ring, here comes Darby Allin putting his nose in people's business, talking about, well, why did you do that for? You're a good man, blah, 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 blah. Get over it, Darby. And while that's happening, here comes Moxley, comes in the ring, and he attacks Orange Cassidy. Now, this is not anything random. If you did watch the Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view, after Claudio's match with Pac, Orange Cassidy did get involved and put his nose in people's business. So Mox, who was not there at Death Before Dishonor, decides, hey, since I wasn't there, I'm going to give you the beatdown that you need. And you know what? I'm loving it. So up next, we have the busiest woman in AEW, Renee Paquette, who is doing interviews with Uncle Don and Chris Jericho. Now, Uncle Don is proposing a dream team, which would be Chris Jericho and Takeshita. I have not been dreaming about that, but I think we'll take it and see how it goes. So Chris Jericho agrees that they should be tagging together, but then Uncle Don tells him who they're tagging with. I'm sorry, not tagging with, but who their opponents are, and it's Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara. Now, Chris Jericho's like, I don't know, man. Those are my people. And he's like, hey, it's okay. You want to teach them what it's like to be a good team or whatever, so they should go against you guys. So he accepts the match or whatnot, and then Uncle Don has a painting with Bad News Brown, Chris Jericho, and Uncle Don on it, and it looks ridiculous. It's pretty much the same thing with Uncle Don and Takeshita thing. And you know what? I'm kind of curious where the story is going to go. I'm pretty sure things are really going to take a turn next week during or after that tag team match. Now, we also get a video of Hook. He's at a subway station, and I guess he's waiting for the train. And the train passes him, and he's still sitting there. Then another train passed by, and all of a sudden, he's gone. And that's literally it. I don't know what that was about. Then we had Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. Claudio is talking about how he's not done with Pac. They got unfinished business. And then Moxley interrupts, and he's letting everyone know why he attacked Orange Cassidy. Obviously for what happened at the Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view. And Wheeler Yuta is just sitting there looking pretty. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't mind Wheeler Yuta being part of BCC, but in order to prove himself, it's not just what he does in the ring. It's him being on the mic as well. We hard hardly hear anything from Yuta. So it would be great if they let him talk too. That way he can also learn from them and people can see more of Wheeler Yuta. So that's the only complaint I have about that. We need to hear more from Yuta for sure. So up next we have Jack Perry. He is coming out to Beethoven 5th Symphony. And to be honest, it's starting to seem like heels are coming out to classical music. I don't think this fits Jack Perry at all. Anyway, he's wearing a shirt that says, "I beat Hook," and he turns around as he's walking down the ramp, look at Taz, and blows him a kiss. That part, I don't mind. Now, the crowd is booing him, and he's saying that, he's been wanting gold for quite some time, but he never thought he would get a second-class title from a second-class company. He's talking about ECW. And, he's saying now that he has a title, I guess he'll bring some prestige to it or whatever. And when he's over here talking shit about ECW, here comes Jerry Lynn, who comes out and he's upset about it because he's like, hey, if it wasn't for us guys in ECW, your ass would not be in the ring right now. And then long story short, they're basically setting up a match for Jerry Lynn and Hook. I mean, not Hook. What's his name? Jack Perry. You see, he's forgettable already. As far as him being a heel, I don't know. This is one of those things going to take some time to really marinate before we get something out of it. Right now, it's just kind of falling flat for me. It's going to take some time, but I really feel like he needs some help as far as promos, because it just seems like he's not truly saying anything important. I need to hear much more from Jack Perry for this to actually be a good move for him. He's still come off as one of those guys who were better off staying babyface, perhaps for their whole career. So next we have Pac versus Gravity. Pac comes out like 30 seconds after his music started playing. I was like, maybe he's beating up Gravity backstage, but that didn't happen. He just came out late, whatever. Then Gravity comes out and he's wearing a spacesuit. I don't think I've ever seen him with a spacesuit before. Yeah, so let me just say this. First of all, Pac has definitely one of the best physiques in professional wrestling. I've always thought that. But he looked really, really great tonight. Here's my point with this match. It was decent. Nothing to really be wowed about. I just feel like, these luchadors, they're great in the ring, but I don't think they have great chemistry usually or most often with other styles. It just seems like some guys are just not that well adapted when it comes to wrestling with people with other styles. So the chemistry here was not where it should be. This was like a C-level match to me. It could have really been better. I think it's really the chemistry and the different styles that just didn't really make this work out for me, but it was decent. I know they were playing off the whole thing of the man that Gravity forgot thing. And when, what's his name? Tony Khan was explaining that on the media scrum on a Friday, he just came up with like a big mark about it. And I'm like, dude, it sounds nice on paper, but is it going to be great on TV? I didn't really care for this. Either way, Pac takes the win. This is really just a showcase Pac. He's still got that storyline going on with Claudio. This was decent, but not all that. Last week, MJF and Adam Cole spoke to Renee after their match, and they were basically talking about their match with FTR now that they have just went through the finals of the tournament. So MJF was pretty much doing all the talking, and he said that when Dax cut promos, that he's talking about everything under the sun other than what he should be talking about, and he's all over the place with his promos, and that's exactly what I said the other day. And then he said that he's going to punch Dax so hard in the throat that CM Punk's jockstrap's going to come out his mouth, and oh my gosh, I lost my shit on that. Now, one thing I want to say about this promo, because I don't remember everything he said word for word, but when he's talking about the match with FTR that they're going to have on Saturday, he is coming off kind of heelish here because he never mentions Adam Cole that's standing right next to him. He never says, my partner and I are going to do this. It's always I or me, referencing himself, and never say anything about Adam Cole. Like, he doesn't even acknowledge him. So I'm wondering, like, is Adam Cole picking up on this? I don't think so, because right after that, here's Adam Cole saying, you know what, you're not just a friend or a tag team partner to me, you're becoming one of my best friends. And I'm like, bitch, he kind of was dismissing you a little bit. I don't think you were paying attention. And then here comes MJF saying, after the whole tag team match with FTR, that he's going to give Adam Cole a shot for the AEW World title. And Adam Cole is like, really? Do you mean that? Oh my god, he's such a kiss ass. And then here comes Roderick Strong. He still got that neck brace from when he got fucked up from Samoa Joe. And he's telling Adam Cole, stop being friends with him. You don't want to go down that path. He's nothing but bad news. And Adam Cole tells Roderick that, hey, every time you act crazy like that, it makes me not want to be your friend. And I'm just like, whoa. Adam Cole, bro, you too old for this. You gotta know who's your friend and who's not. I can't wait to see how this whole story plays out. Now, we do have FTR who responds to this whole promo thing. And this time, they didn't drag it out. Basically, long story short, they say that they're going to beat the shit out of MJF. And they're sorry that Adam Cole had been dragged into the situation with MJF. And that he's not a true friend. Y'all better watch Collision on Saturday to see this match. So up next, we have Swerve versus Darby. Now, when these two get in the ring, they always deliver. So I don't even really have to go too much details about what they were doing in the ring. Now, there was somebody who kept shouting out, let's go Darby. Like, they got a damn microphone in their throat. It was so loud. I think it was Nick Wayne. I didn't even realize he was there. But that was annoying in the beginning of the match. I was like, whoever that is, shut him up. It is too loud. Anyway, they do have a really great match. And when these two are in the ring together, I always have like mini heart attacks. They're willing to do almost anything in the ring to give a really great show. This was a really solid match. But there's more things important about this match. When Prince Nana distracted the referee, here comes somebody from the crowd wearing a hoodie that attacks Darby Allin. And then Swerve takes that opportunity to hit his finisher and won the match. And who was it? AR Fox. They start putting the hurt onto Darby and Nick, whatever his name is, whatever. And I'm just like, whoa, what is going on here? Our boy, AR Fox, have turned over to the dark side, and now he's part of the Mogul Embassy. I'm loving it. First of all, I've been saying this for so long. AR Fox, he's amazing in the ring. He needs to show personality. And I think this is going to work with him being a heel. You know, sometimes the babyface thing just, even if that's great for him, sometimes you need to, turn over to be a heel to get that experience, being a heel and cutting promos and just having more edgier side of you for the crowd to really come behind you. And I think this is really going to work out for AR Fox. Yes, it's early, but I think this will work. I'm really, really glad that he's part of the Mogul Embassy. I can't wait to see where this goes. So once again, we have Renee backstage. She's with Tay Conti, who has a baby bump now. Oh my gosh, it looks so pretty. And also Anna Jay, Matt Menard, and Angela Parker, they're waiting for Chris Jericho to come to his dressing room. Then they go in the room with Chris Jericho, and there go that ugly ass painting that Uncle Don had gave Chris Jericho. And now that just makes everyone feel even more bothered. And they want to know, like, what the hell is going on? Is he going to be with Uncle Don or not? He doesn't give them an answer, but then Anna Jay says something that I think everyone has noticed this entire time, that this whole time they have been appreciating Chris Jericho, but Chris Jericho has never truly appreciated them. I've been saying that since like day one, and it's true. He hasn't really showed anything to show any appreciation towards them. So I totally get it. I'm pretty sure we're going to get the Jericho Appreciation Society to break up or whatever. And to be honest, that is best for business. Now, we have Taya Valkyrie versus Britt Baker. I'm not going to lie. It was decent. I wasn't very in tuned into this match. And another thing that does not help is the commercial breaks. It doesn't help these girls at all. There was somebody in the crowd that had a sign that says, book women's wrestling better, something like that. And I totally agree. something is definitely missing amongst the women's division, and it's not just AEW. I feel like that with WWE as well. Sometimes it seems like they're starting off really, really good, and then out of the blue, things just start hitting the rails, and it's just like, we need to do a better job with these ladies, especially when y'all just throw on these long ass commercials in the middle of the match. This does not help them at all. It was decent, but Britt takes the win with the lockjaw. I hope they have another match, perhaps with like no DQ or something like that, that would help bring out the best out of these two girls. So before we got into the main event, we did get to see a preview of what's to come on Collision. And also for Rampage, there is a tag team battle royal with several tag teams. And guess what? Big Bill and Brian are teaming up again. I'm pretty sure somebody in the back noticed that these two work really well together. So I'm really happy to see that. But then if we get Big Bill and Brian more often, then Big Bill might not be tagging with Lee Moriarty anymore. We'll see what goes with that. But for our main event, we have the BCC versus Best Friends versus Lucha Brothers. Every team here offers something different. We have the BCC that brings a lot of edge into this match. We have the Lucha Brothers. They are, they bring that lucha experience into the match, and they're really, really cool to look at. And then we have the Best Friends, where Trent Beretta is the better one in that whole group. I'm so sorry to say it like that, but I really feel like he can just be by himself. He doesn't need to be part of a tag team. They have a really great match. Probably, what I say is this match of the night? All the matches were pretty good here, but this one right here I liked a lot because you got a chance to see a lot of different styles, in this match, and everybody seemed to have really great chemistry with each other. However, we got interference once again. Orange Cassidy getting into people's business. He comes out. Wheeler Yuta tries to get him away from the ring, but then Moxley comes out and fight Orange Cassidy outside the ring. So now he's pretty much outside of this match for the duration of it. So he's more into, beating up on Orange Cassidy. So then here we have Lucha Brothers that ends up taking the win by pinning Trent Beretta. And you know what? Moxley is still distracted out there. So then after this match, everybody is brawling. And I'm just like, please don't let the show finish like this. I want to see more. And it ends up with everybody just fighting or whatnot. They're beating up on Orange Cassidy, BCC, all of them taking turns on Orange Cassidy, while Best Friends and Lucha Brothers are still fighting with each other. It was absolutely chaotic, but in a good way. I really wish we could have seen exactly what would have happened after the show went off the air. Either way, this was a really good episode of Dynamite. I feel like you're starting to see more differences where they're focusing more on telling the stories, especially within these matches. I don't think that we should be seeing a lot of interference, since we did see that quite a bit tonight, but I do feel like I'm not going to complain about that because they're telling new stories right now. And with that, that's a good thing. I just hope we're not just going to see it every single week, like how we got with BCC and the Elite. Matter of fact, I am so excited that whole story is over. Either way, it was a great episode. If you didn't see it, go check it out. We had some great matches on here. Next week, guys, is a 200th episode of Dynamite. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see how that goes. But don't miss ROH tomorrow, Rampage on Friday, and Collision on Saturday. Collision, I gotta see that tag team match. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back tomorrow with ROH. Bye.